What's up, guys? Manny Brandon from Mannys Fitnessfortress coming at you. And I just want to reach out to you guys, talk to you a little bit about choices and nutrition, and how the way we thrive depends on the decisions and the choices we make. It's all about free will and making those proper and important and correct decisions about your health, nutrition, and your everyday activities, your lifestyle. That's going to determine how long you stay on this earth. All that coming out right now. All right, guys, I want to first give a shout out to the Union of the Belmar Post Office, Melham Union, for sending me this gift basket, while I'm injured and out from work. And this is crazy because this right here, the stuff in this basket, is really how we're all supposed to eat. Some people, for different gifts for various reasons, receive gift baskets of chocolate and candies and stuff like that. But the stuff in here, these red grapes, these bananas, these green Granny Smith apples, looks like mangoes, regular apples. All these things are healing foods, all of them, and that's what our diet should consist of. The fuel we put in our body should consist of raw, organic, wild-caught, grass-fed, pasture-raised, and organic, food sources. So when you go for years and years of eating candy, cakes, donuts, danishes for breakfast, grabbing that type of thing before you head on out the door, that stuff catches up to you after a couple of while, especially after a few decades. Just like anything else, like sleep deprivation, which ended up me being in this situation. Me ending up being in this situation. Cortisol levels shot through the roof. Blood pressure got high as hell because I didn't take care of my recovery and my rest. And it doesn't matter if it's nutrition, if it's rest and recuperation, if it's hydration. All those things are important. You can overdo anything, and this body is a temple. We only get one of them. We only get one. So I got a really big wake-up call to show me that I was not treating my body like I should be. And as far as nutrition, I was. But these bodies are not machines. These are not nuts and bolts. We are flesh, blood, organs, and tissue. And all those types of materials need rest, recuperation, rehydration, and healing. So all these choices, whatever your age is, constantly going out partying after midnight or on the weekends, every single weekend, working decent amount of hours and coming out and saying, I deserve this, so I'm going to go out and party, constantly ripping and running. That stuff catches up with you. The choices we make is going to determine how we thrive. Constantly drinking alcohol, it's not a fun or fad or cool thing to do like previously thought. You gotta look at your age and look at what you're doing in your lifestyle. The sooner you cut bait and get out and convert to a healthier lifestyle, the faster and the sooner you'll protect your body's cells, your body's organs, your longevity, and the sooner you adopt a lifestyle that will definitely, promote you living longer. We don't realize that when we're young, and we think we're kind of invincible. When we're young, especially you guys that are really young, still living at home with your parents. You can put anything in your body and twist your ankle, it's going to heal right back up. Eat all the sugar you want, nothing's going to happen. And while you're young, your metabolism does burn off a lot of stuff. It does burn off a lot of impurities. It does burn off a lot of sugar without any adverse effects. But as you get older, even at the age of 30, when your metabolism slows down as a man or a woman, the sugar does a lot more, has a lot more impact, negative impact on your body. The high fructose corn syrup, these extra toxic additives they put in our food, does a lot more damage. And you have to do something to counterbalance your metabolism. I can't talk today. You have to do something to counterbalance your metabolism slowing down. And that is exercise, embarking on some cardio, moving a lot more, going for walks, eating foods that promote a good metabolism, and eating foods that promote your body, exiting sugar and a lot of toxins out of your body. Because if you don't do it soon enough, it will catch up to you. Like I said, rest is important too. These people working 60, 70, 80, 90 hours a week. Some people bragging about how much they make. I make $120,000 a year and all this. You have to do everything in moderation. But one thing I do see a lot of is even people that work a straight 40 hours, they still indulge in a very terrible diet and very poor recuperation and rest and high stress levels. You got to minimize your stress. You got to eat more like this, get the phytonutrients inside your body. And just as a wake-up call, a lot of people may not know this, but your body actually craves proteins and simple carbs in the morning. When you wake up from your fast, that's why it's called breakfast. Your body does not want complex carbs, danishes, and donuts. Even oatmeal by itself. Your body doesn't want cakes and Twinkies and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It doesn't want that. It doesn't crave that. The things that it craves as soon as you wake, upon waking, is stuff like sardines, avocado toast, organic bananas, beetroot juice, whole fruits and whole veggies. Not even necessarily blending things up in a smoothie, because a lot of fruits, you rip the fiber away and you raise the glycemic index of the fruits when you blend them together. You have to really be specific. Your body craves proteins, healthy fats, and fruits in the morning. That's what it craves. Whether that be pasture-raised eggs, which is good because the yolks have so many health benefits, from choline for brain health, healthy cholesterol, healthy fats. And while we're doing on fats, I gotta say this because a lot of women don't know this. A lot of guys do know this, guys that aren't even in the gym, but millions of women don't know this. A lot of them are suffering thyroid and different types of hormonal problems because their healthy fat content is too low. They're not getting enough healthy cholesterol. Your liver, the human body, men and women's bodies make cholesterol. You will die without it. You got your LDL and your HDL healthy. Your body uses them both and converts bad LDL, minimizes it, takes it back to the liver so it can be processed into something else, and eventually excreted out the body when it's in normal levels. But pasture-raised eggs, all these foods are in the same category as far as healthy fats. Egg yolks, coconut oil, virgin olive oil, avocado oils, macadamia oil, ribeye steak, nuts, walnuts, pecans, so many of these foods that people want to separate, like, animal proteins and nuts and vegan and carnivore and all that. A lot of these foods have healthy fats. So when you address that low cholesterol problem and you start eating more healthy fats, you'll fix a lot of hormone problems, especially in women. You need to eat more avocados, you need to eat more coconut oil, coconut milk, coconuts, peanut pecans, walnuts, pasture-raised eggs with the yolks for healthy fats. A lot of people, you know, eating a lot of fruits in the form of smoothies, but not eating whole fruits at all. You need to eat whole fruits. Eat the whole fruit. You know, I would eat like a protein smoothie. Make sure there's protein in there, and you can put something else in there, like an avocado. But don't just mix a whole bunch of whole fruits and blend them together. You definitely don't blend grapes. Certain foods need to be intact, remain intact, so the fiber remains intact, so they can send their healthy fructose sugar into the body to heal what it needs to heal. Because the sugar in a fruit bypasses the pancreas. You don't get type 2 or type 1 diabetes from eating fruits, and it actually doesn't worsen it. It actually, there's been thousands of accounts of people healing type 2 diabetes by eating fruit, because the natural sugar in fruit bypasses the pancreas, and it actually is so implemental in healing different body organs. Like I said, one of the highest healthy sugar fruit foods is grapes, red grapes. It's high in resveratrol. Red grapes actually have compounds that heal kidney nephrons. They have compounds that heal brain neurons that help keep them healthy. So you can't put all sugars into the same category. Processed sugars are totally different than fruit sugars, things like that. And this is the thing, you might need to sit down with somebody to just educate you on your nutrition. But most of America is sick. When I say most of America, I'm talking about 90%. Most of America is sick because of what we put in our mouth. On like stuff that doesn't even belong in there. Processed, all types of toxin riddled processed foods, packaged prepared foods. You should get in the habit of eating more and more foods that have the least amount of ingredients. You know, one ingredient foods, maybe 2 to 5 ingredients. And you can even find snacks that have that amount. Whole food chips made with avocado oil. I just watched a YouTube video on healthy potato chips. It's like 4 brands nationwide. They have no unhealthy seed oils in them. Um, you got monk fruit. You got agave is a little bit too high in glycemic index, so you want to choose like monk fruit, um, raw honey, and maybe some organic maple syrup. But there's a lot of natural sweeteners you can choose when you want to make your own desserts, or you want to avoid a lot of the dextrose and multidextrose that's in a lot of the packaged desserts and pastries and baked goods that are nowadays, like sugar's the number one ingredient in baked goods, or maybe up to number 5. And then you got a ton of other ingredients. Before, baked items used to have like 3 to 5 ingredients. So you really got to do your due diligence in reading food labels, ingredient labels. And that's it. You got to get back to a whole food diet. Pasture raised lamb, pasture raised bison, pasture raised grass fed, grass finished beef. I don't really do the chicken thing that much. I'll have some wings every now and then, but pasture raised or an organic chicken, if you're going to go that route. I don't eat pork at all because they're too prone to contain parasites, and those parasites can get into your pets. Anyone who has a dog, uh, you probably have parasites because your dog has them. And you need to explore some organic pet food options too. Stuff that's freeze dried instead of kibble formed. Because kibble dog food, which is most of the market, most of that stuff is heated up, and the whatever nutrition was in the food is destroyed. So you got to be mindful of the nutrition that you give your pets too, because everything is done for convenience and speed. So we got to take a step back, find out what's truly healthy for us, what types of foods, herbs, seeds, and nuts really help us thrive. And Everybody, I mean, of all ages. When you go to pick the supermarket, you want to get something sweet, you got to look at your fruits, vegetables. There's some packaged goods that are healthy, but guys, you have to read your labels. Nobody does that anymore. People just pick up the food and go. You got to turn around and read the package, read the ingredient labels, read the sodium and nutrition content. Make sure it's non-GMO, organic, and less the minimal ingredients. So I'm not going to ramble on. I just wanted to tell you guys and show you guys that organic and whole foods is the way to go. If you can't get organic, dip your fruits in a little bit of baking soda and lemon juice and water. Let it soak for 5 to 10 minutes. But we need to get back to eating whole foods. Okay. And I can admit, in my own admissions, when I was in high school, I was my strongest because I was eating whole foods. My mom made nothing but whole foods. We had our own garden. Everything was organic. Everything was natural. And that's when I really thrived. So let's get back to eating whole foods, guys. And when you do that, then you'll be on the way to healing yourself and staying healthy. That's where all sickness comes from. Eating stuff that's not real food. I love you guys. Support the YouTube channel, Mannys Fitness Fortress on YouTube. And also look out for men and women's fitness content. We're resuming that real soon. I'm healing up really well. And guys, stay strong, stay motivated, stay dangerous. I'll see you next time.
By Nibs.